Great. I forget what I was going to say to start this off. Oh, War with Iran. You guys excited? Who's going?
This might be the last trophy-wise episode, dude. Who's going?
I'm sending Lily.
Lily. I told Zach on the way out, like, Zach has to go.
No, I'm not going. Dude.
You have to go, dude.
I'll just say my shoulder's fucked up.
You look like a veteran right now.
Yeah, I'll just be like, I already served. I already did my time.
You got like an American sniper hat on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
you do. You do dress. You do act like you have PTSD.
I mean, I have PTSD probably.
Yeah, you definitely do, but not like not real PTSD.
Yeah,
you have
like fake. Yeah.
You have like fake suburban PTSD.
Yeah, true.
You need to get some war PTSD from.
That's true. I would like to get some more PTSD.
You do have like a forced into the IDF look about you.
Yeah.
You would do good.
So I look Israeli.
You would do good in the IDF too.
I don't know.
You would. Yeah. You will. We'll give you an Instagram account. You'll have a bunch of like female simps.
All right, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, you would like that.
They call it the IDGAF.
Yeah.
The IDGAF. That's very good.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy because we can watch the videos of like all these like missile attacks and shit. Did you see the video of the hypersonic missile?
I've seen so many videos of so many
cool.
missiles.
Yeah.
It looks like a Marvel movie. It hits going so fast.
Yeah.
Like it's really crazy.
Yeah, it looks like a Marvel movie because those are made in
Right.
with the CIA involved.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it too, and I was just watching a bunch of like Roman history type shit and like English whatever medieval history, and they have like that siege warfare shit with the catapults, trebuchets, and they would lay siege on a city and just like hurl flaming rocks and stuff. And I'm watching this shit go back and forth, and it's crazy because it feels like modern warfare has come full circle, and we're back to like trebucheting each other's city. Like it does feel like they're just long distance sieging each other.
I think we should bring back swords.
Yeah.
So, dude, I was thinking about that. Like, if we did ban guns, I think society in general would benefit if we banned guns and had everybody restricted to only blade weaponry.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Everything
I
would be
think
better,
it would
dude.
tap into a latent barbaric side of humans.
Could you imagine an all swords mafia?
England. That's like England is basically just they've got.
Yeah,
I've got a dagger. I'll piece you up with more dagger.
Yeah, but I mean like wops. I mean like wops carrying.
They're more
like,
machete types.
Well, no, I want to. I wanted to have like broadswords and scimitars.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that I would be scared of the Japanese getting their hands on some more swords.
Well, they would definitely dominate us, but they've also been so neutered as a culture that I think we don't really have to worry about them.
I'm more of a tooth and nail type of fighter.
Tooth and nail.
I'm a scratch and bite.
Fight with your bare fist. Yeah.
I like pulling hair.
Dude, if we got rid of all weapons and suddenly like the people at the top of society are the guys who go, look, I don't know how to fight, but I'll go crazy on you. It's like those are now the fucking best guys ever.
I just see red.
I yank beards. Yeah. That's what I do. I'm the guy they made that warfare.
Could you imagine
I want a flail. I want to be the guy with the flail.
A food chain where the ball kickers are at the top?
Yeah.
I'll make my way up the pyramid. Give me some steel toes.
We may actually be going. If nuclear holocaust does happen, we will be there like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, just loincloths.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched some video of a guy saying that it's not a small percentage of chance that Israel will use a nuclear weapon.
I think they already have. There's footage of like explosion when they was it Lebanon? They like attacked Lebanon like what? It's a few months ago at this point. And like footage of like the explosions, like that's a mushroom cloud.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it? But we would know.
Would we?
The world is so.
I mean, literally, like, would we? Like, yeah, we would know, but like, would they disclose? Like, would they tell us?
Well.
Here's the thing with that. This is maybe where I'm stupid. Would the ecological impacts of that reach us if they used an atom bomb way over there?
No. It's more like once that happens, then like all bets are off. People.
But there can be a chain
we used
reaction.
The first one to use it. That means now we can all do it.
Well, I mean, yeah,
you have to retaliate.
That,
yeah, that's the whole.
That's mutually assured destruction.
Yeah, the fear of nuclear war is like once it happens, like it's not the one bomb that's gonna fuck everyone up, but a nuclear war would fuck the whole world up. It would cause a nuclear winter, most likely. And the nuclear bombs that they have now are like hundreds of times more powerful than the ones they used in Japan in World War II.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like what? By that was what? Like 15 like
Yeah.
some like 15 kilotons.
They've just been making
and
them
now they're
better.
like hundreds of kilotons
Yeah.
or something. Megatons. I don't know what the. Listen, I know that it's bad.
Yeah.
Big explosion, bad for sure.
I know the only state that has like significant risk because of like distance
The
across
range?
oceans
Yeah.
is Alaska. And I say fucking just take them.
Yeah.
I don't care. Just kill a bunch of lesbians on oil rigs, and we'll be fine over here.
But the Grizzlies.
I don't know. We're in Chicago. We're in the best spot.
We're-
Unless Canada
yeah.
turns on us, dude, we're good with global warming. We're good with fucking.
I don't think Canada would be able to stay mad long enough. I think they'd start marching down here, and by the time they got here, they'd be like,
Yeah.
"It's been a long
kiss.
journey, eh?
Yeah.
Why don't we just make
Yeah.
up?"
Yeah.
But
It's sorry.
if this starts a world war, you think? Let's just talk about instead of nuclear shit. What's the chances that we have another world war in the next 5 years?
I mean, I think that
Pretty
seems
high,
likely because
yeah.
the Alex Karp, that CEO of Palantir, he's like there's a quote from like a year ago where he's like, I think it's very likely that the U.S. will be fighting a 3-pronged war against Russia, Iran, and China, and it's like you would know,
Yeah.
evil
Yeah.
fucking AI surveillance tech guy who's like one
Yeah.
of Trump's biggest donors. Yeah, I wonder why you're saying that. Who also has like deep ties to
Yeah.
Israel as well.
At what age do you age out of the draft?
I
I
think.
think 27.
we would definitely if there was a
27?
world.
No. I think
Oh,
I think it's mid 30s. I want to say it's like
Mid-30s?
I want to say it's
Definitely later
18
than
to
27.
35. Yeah.
No,
Because-
we'll
Yeah,
Google
it's not
that.
your age.
No, because I
I'm
looked
not
this up.
getting
I looked this up
drafted,
last
dude.
night. I mean, the number one, like they would get to Zach before they got to you, and they should
no,
get
no,
to
no.
Zach.
I'm not going. I've been on SSRIs. They won't let me in.
Now I get the whole sling thing.
Yeah.
Zach's been keeping his nose to the fucking.
Guys, I sneezed.
ear to
I
the
got a stroller
pulse.
dislocation. I won't make it.
Yeah.
I won't make it.
I think it's 18 to 35. I mean, there's not a draft currently, and I
26.
is it 26?
Fuck off.
That's the
yeah,
cutoff?
dude,
Look at that.
we got it.
I
It's
sniped it, yeah.
1825. Okay. Yeah, you got it.
What did I read something last night about like people getting drafted in their 30s, but maybe it was for something else.
They definitely will if they come to it.
The NBA.
Because that's the other thing is they can change it if they
can,
want
yeah,
to.
they can do whatever they want. Yeah.
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 Yeah, but who wants a fucking an elderly 28-year-old in their draft?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
if there's a world war, you guys really saying
My
you're not
back
gonna you're
hurts.
gonna spend the rest of your life being like, I dodged the draft?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
This isn't even a cool war, dude. This is going to be a war. Like, you're not even going to be fighting people. It's going to be like fucking like, nanobots. It's not
Yeah.
going to be
Here's
good.
the
I don't
thing.
want to do
I
that.
watched you want to get your ass kicked by a bigger dude than you over nothing. I am not willing to die over wars that I don't want to be a part of.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Also, we're the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to. Wait, Ben, what are you about to say?
I mean, Iran's not a. I wouldn't call Iran a good guy.
Yeah, but Iran's doing their thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
it has
Go ahead, Iran.
It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Israel launched a fucking preemptive strike the same way it went down with Iraq
Yeah.
fucking 20 years ago. I'm not doing this again.
No, I think that if anyone's to blame for all this shit, it's Netanyahu, dude. He's wanted to bomb Iran. Did you watch the Daily Show episode where he pulls all the clips of Netanyahu talking about how
Yeah.
Iran's about to have a
Yeah.
nuke for like,
Yeah.
and it's like that was in 2009.
Well, and saying it's Netanyahu's fault, by extension, you're just saying it's also our fault. Because
Jews?
I mean, he's just, no, not Jew, no,
Oh.
fucking.
Yeah.
Gulp.
Hey, we're not being anti-Semitic yet. Let
Yeah.
me get there. Let me find my way down down the path.
Mm-hmm.
All things lead to the
Yeah,
same.
all roads
Yeah,
lead to
seriously.
fucking.
You know that Netanyahu was born and he's from Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's like,
That's what's funny. That's what you find. All the like really motherfuckers over there, like the shittiest ones. Most of them are from like Long Island, and they're
Yeah.
like, "I'm gonna go be a settler on the West Bank."
Yeah, dude.
Netanyahu is Tom Hanks in a mask. It's,
Yeah, no, I mean, he said something yesterday at a press conference where he goes, he was like, America, it was like threatening. He was like, you need to assist us in this war because today it's Tel Aviv, tomorrow it's New York.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you copping to right now? I don't
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
say what I'm thinking,
No,
but
it's very
are
obvious.
y'all really going to do it again? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean like.
No,
I
but
do
like
think
we
he's trying to bring America into the war.
Of course, no, he's openly
Well, and there's a
said,
type
yeah.
of bomb that the U.S. military has that can get through Iran's deepest bunkers.
Yes, that Israel doesn't have. Yeah, no, I know. It's very obvious what's gonna. It
Yeah.
sucks, dude. I hate it so much. I was like, I do have like lib-cucked friends who are like, Biden would have avoided this. I'm like, you're out of your mind.
It was
dude.
insane. They would have blown on his forehead, and he would have flown into the
Yeah.
next state.
Right.
Dude, he'd get brain damage from the conversation.
Biden would have accidentally hit the button.
Yeah.
You know.
There's too. AIPAC is too powerful for us not to fucking get involved in a war alongside Israel. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, this is a funny podcast.
Yeah.
It's a good episode.
Well, hey, dude, I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, fucking.
Good old World Wars.
Yeah.
It will be good. We will. I'm telling you, even if World War III kicks off, we will not stop doing this podcast.
Yeah.
No,
No.
we're gonna have Zack.
I'll call you from fucking.
If Zack, if you get drafted, we're
Yeah.
gonna stuff. We're gonna get a sex doll. We're gonna get.
We'll do
we're
it
gonna
over
get a real doll,
Yeah.
and we'll paint a goatee on it,
Nice.
and
Yeah.
we'll stick the mic in its
Yeah.
mouth.
No, we'll do it over Zoom. Zack will be able to. I'm sure you get breaks from fucking like flying drones into.
We've
Yeah.
got to do the podcast at 3 a.m.
It would be. I want to do a time lapse of like Zack's face over the course of his 3
Yeah.
months of service.
War as hell.
Yeah.
I like love it.
Yeah.
By the end, my eyes are glowing. I'm like, this is exactly what I needed. This is awesome.
It's the reverse
Yeah.
of come and see. Like
Yeah.
you look youthful by the
You get to
end.
sit in this cubicle and kill people all day. Like, this is awesome.
I married an
It's just like Rocket
Iranian.
League, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm converting.
That doesn't really happen with these wars. Like you always think about how like with like the wars in like Cambodia and Korea and Vietnam, all those guys immediately like got some Asian wives.
yeah.
They got wifed up. You don't see the reverse. You don't see like
No.
Americans coming home and being like, I need a Persian wife.
Sure.
They should, though.
They
Why don't we-
should.
What's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Persian
The
women are
Persian
fucking.
people are great people.
They're
you
great.
know?
You just gotta shave them, and then they're great.
No, they're great, dude.
Yeah,
They're great.
Respect Persians,
They
yeah.
know how to shave
That arm
themselves.
hair.
Okay.
It's that arm
It's
hair.
you know a little hair on the arms I don't mind because it's very what it's called being what hirsute. How do you say it?
Yeah,
I don't
hirsute.
know.
Hirsute
That's
women.
what Wolverine has.
Hirsute. Yeah.
I remember that from the X-Men
What?
encyclopedia.
Hirsute. You have hair. You're
Hirsutes.
hairy. You're like.
Means you're
Okay.
hairy.
But they're fine hairs. You know what I mean? They're soft, feminine hairs.
So fine ass hair.
Just wanna rub your face in.
So fine ass. Bet those arms are warm.
That's a beautiful feminine hair. I like
crazy.
hair on the arms and not in the pit. I'm like, yeah, that's great.
Nah,
What
dude.
else do you need?
I don't know. I can't do.
I
the
like a
arm
little
hair shit.
sideburn on a woman, just a little bit.
Well, in lighter terms, snakes hatched.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. How long? You were telling me and Zach it takes a while for them to come out.
Well, they poked their heads out within the next like 24 to 48 hours. They'll probably all be squirming around in there.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
So,
And then what's
if
next?
anybody wants a snake,
Are you giving them away?
no, I'm selling them, dude.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think anybody listening to this.
Are those
wants
ball
to drop-
pythons? What are those? Those
ball
are
pythons,
ball pythons.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool,
So-
cool. That's awesome.
That's good news.
Yeah, honestly, if you're listening, that would be actually be really sick if you could
Hit a
sell them
brother up.
directly to our listeners.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I feel like
That'd
they
be
would. I
sick.
don't know. I don't trust our listeners to keep a snake alive, dude. Actually, it's
That-
easy.
that doesn't matter.
Snake
You're
is
not-
like.
You got
this
your
is not
money.
a foster situation. This is your livelihood.
No, but I care. I want someone to take good care of them. You know, it's actually very easy. Snakes are like the cactuses of animals.
Of animals, yeah.
If you kill them, you're really fucking up. You know.
Yeah, true. Well, then I think our listeners should be able to handle it.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. That one chick from Callous Cowboys or whatever wants a snake. Maybe I'll hit her up. Like, yo.
Oh yeah, there's two, but
Yeah.
yeah. Well, don't dox her. I'll ask Carson about this. Oh, it'd be so funny if he doesn't know. But yeah.
Mhm. No, he's one who told me.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Then yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude. I don't know. I want to, like, check I feel like anytime I open my fucking phone, it's going to be like, well, the big one.
Nah, it will. Listen, we'll be good.
Yeah.
Did you see the other thing that's been tripping me up is these robot horse things that people can ride around over, like, crazy different terrain?
What? Why?
You know the robot dogs that
Of
people
course.
kick?
the
Yeah.
ones from
And-
like Boston Dynamics.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are, like, public domain technology now, so they're, like, everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, they got them in San Francisco.
They got them all over the
Yeah,
place.
people
And-
would go and tip them over.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're using that technology, and they made one that's basically like you're riding a mechanical horse, and you can just like trek on this back of this thing.
no need for this.
But it's so like weirdly like that's like some crazy futuristic shit.
I like
Mechanical horses. I
You
kind of
like
fuck with
it?
I
don't-
like
I
it.
kind of fuck with it. I think I didn't expect us to go that direction. I thought we'd have flying cars or something, not fucking biomech horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've
You
got,
mean I could be a fucking future cowboy, cyborg cowboy.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, dude,
Play
that's where we're
laser
headed.
tag on the back of future
yeah.
horses.
Yeah, dude.
No.
Yeah.
I hate that. I don't like robots.
I like it a lot, dude.
Yeah.
I like some robots.
Yeah.
I like the ones that, they'll make your food for you, or they'll, I don't know, I don't know, robot horse. That's a good thing to have.
Yeah, dude.
When are the pretty lady robots coming?
They're out, dude.
Yeah,
They've
but they're
been
not
around.
like
They've been
nah,
around.
but they're not good
They're
yet.
not good enough yet.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
They're not
They're not
as good
small
as they could be.
enough.
Yeah. I would
They're
be-
not short and high pitched enough.
If
yet.
they make I will tell you what, if they make a fucking pretty lady robot that you can take on any terrain, that might be the apex of human achievement.
If I can ride a pretty woman through the desert,
you just teep kick her and she doesn't fall over.
I want to hop on the back of my bitch and ascend Mount Everest. That actually, you know what? That might be the ultimate feeling is having
I need
like
a Sherpa bitch.
a 10 out of 10
Sherpa?
stacked Clydesdale of a woman who you can just ride, who will put you on her shoulders and take you around town.
yeah, dude.
just
You need
strap
a
a bag
fucking,
of oats to her face.
you need a robot with arm hair.
Yeah, and with the
Yeah.
perfect little synthetic cilia arm
Jarvis, give her a little bit. Make her suit.
You need bags full of change so it jingles while she
Yeah.
walks. She goes slow.
And you put like some like your logo like 3D printed on a spring on her head like the dentist in Django.
Yes, yeah. That would be sick. No, I listen because I respect the hell out of women. But if as soon as we make a woman that I can ethically ride, I think that's it. What else, do you
Dude,
want,
there's
dude?
gonna be fucking girlfriend fighting, robot girlfriend like fights. you
No,
know? There's
they
gotta be.
They're not gonna fight because it'll just be
Yeah, as
they'll
soon as
just
it-
program them
As soon
to.
as they get their hands on that technology in like the Canary Islands, there's gonna be pit bull robot. Girlfriends.
They're making them. I thought you were like the robot girlfriends are gonna get jealous of each other.
No,
no,
they're
gonna-
it's
yeah,
like
pit 'em
cockfighting.
against
yeah,
each
like
other.
cockfight, yeah. And I honestly would go pay money to see.
That's
that.
crazy. That's gonna be that's gonna be a filthy place to go. That'll
Yeah,
be like
dude.
even worse than mud wrestling.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a sticky floor in whatever basement that's taking
just
place in.
petroleum.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, could you imagine two hot women fucking ripping each other's arms off and it's like
Your
totally-
robot girlfriend's like, I'm on my period, and it's just like oil leaking out.
That would be sad. That would be way more detrimental to my rugs.
That was an insane interaction. That was crazy.
Yeah, no, that'll be. It freaks me out,
You
man.
put a bumper sticker on your electric girlfriend. It's like, I bought her before I knew he was a fascist.
Yeah, who do we think's gonna be making the fucking electric girlfriends?
Bezos for sure.
Think Bezos? No,
Nintendo.
Bezos.
He's gonna have a hand in it.
Bezos is checked out.
No,
Bezos
dude, he's
has-
checked into the fucking cyborg pussy game.
No, dude, he's out of the game. He's got his botched girlfriend. He keeps taking her to
he's
space.
sending bitches to space.
Yeah, I don't
Imagine how mad at your ex you got to be like, he should have just left him up there. That would
taking
be
women
it.
to space.
Yeah.
Have you seen? There's an amazing video of like because he took Shatner to space with him.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
all
I
those
saw
like
that.
hot
And
women.
Shatner's trying to have a moment with him afterwards.
Shatner's like Shatner at 96 or whatever. He's like, well, I just experienced space flight. Like this is so
Yeah.
profound. And Jeff Bezos is just like, let's go. Where are the get the champagne over here?
Yeah.
He like sprays the champagne on the girl's tits while Shatner just stops talking.
I was listening and I was like, I'm listening, William. You know, when somebody's trying to talk and they're getting talked over. Like,
Well, it's also like
hey.
Shatner's got to be. He's realizing like, oh, the guy that I'm talking to is like one of the most soulless people
Yeah,
ever.
Yeah.
no, literally.
And he operates some of the levers of power.
Yeah. Well, also, did you hear what Shatner said about space?
What did he say?
He said that like he always thought it would be this beautiful moment and that he would like be up there and just feel like he's like the universe is this beautiful thing and we're just this time like whatever. And he said it was like cold and sad and it made him appreciate that everything warm and good is down on Earth.
Yeah,
and
dude.
that we're fucking the Earth up and
Yo,
that
bro.
it's just a fucking soulless vacuum up
What
there.
what I have been saying from day one?
Yeah.
Space is demonic. Do not go. We got it.
Well, there's a reason
got an
space
evil
horror
vibe.
is a genre.
Space horror is
space
for sure.
horror.
Because you shouldn't go there. We have we got a good planet right here.
No.
It's great. It's got everything we need.
My idea about space isn't that it's like we need to become multiplanetary and like all this stuff. I just think that it's natural. It's the natural evolution of technological process, and I think that it's going to potentially like the mineral shit, like mining asteroids for minerals, like could just like solve economical crises for everybody. Like there could, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
We could find enough fresh water frozen on an asteroid to just not have running out of fresh water.
But
be
you
a
know what? But
problem.
we're doing a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah.
We would be good. We would have enough fresh water if we weren't up to bad business.
There are dude. I just saw a thing about how there's megaherds of African elephants again for the first time in like centuries because of all the conservation that they've done. There are some good things happening, you know. And I think that my hope is that the technological shit, like we get good enough that even though we're fucking up so bad, the rapid acceleration will cause it to be like it's not even that like we can just solve.
Then if you
Yeah.
listen, maybe
Eventually, we will be able to bring herds of wild elephants into Flint, Michigan, and solve everything.
I get
Ben,
more.
listen, I love your optimism, but I'm telling if you Ben,
I'm trying to be optimistic.
if you start dabbling too much in the realm of space, you're gonna reap what you sow.
Yeah.
It's
What do you mean?
I mean, you
I'm
just,
not going to space.
we're not supposed to go there. No, and but you shouldn't even be fans. Space is so space is so evil.
Well, here's
There's
the thing.
no reason to go
the
there.
thing, Nick, is that it's going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, a lot
the
of
space
things,
thing
a
is
lot
gonna
of things are
happen.
going to happen no matter what, and I condemn them. Like, you know, war with Iran was going to happen no matter
Look,
what.
I'm not saying you shouldn't
like-
get married. I'm just saying I'm not making the cake.
Yeah.
It's seriously.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. Well, you know, I'm like a conscientious objector for space. Space is so fucking crazy. We literally like, it's like the two things that like damned man. It was like the detonation of the atom bomb and planting the flag on the moon. It's like those two things I think concurrently made God turn
I
his
think the
back
moon's
on us.
cool.
You don't think it would
Moon
be
is so gay, dude.
You don't think
Do
it would
not.
be
That's cool.
interesting
Space
if we
is cool.
found out that there was like life on Europa and those
We don't know because it'll kill us.
finding out would kill us?
It's like wouldn't it be interesting to get a Ouija board out and contact the devil? No, I don't want to do that, dude. What if he's out there? What if he's really out there? Well, then we should leave him alone.
It's probably just some like squid looking things, dude.
It's not. It starts with little. No, Ben. It starts with
with
little
squid.
squids. It starts with little squids, and then
with
before you
demons.
know it, you've invited the Anunnaki to fucking. You know.
Well, have you heard about the Fermi probe or what's it called?
Fermi paradox.
The Fermi
Yeah, yeah,
paradox
the
is
Fermi
one, but
paradox.
there's something called a von Neumann probe. It's basically this idea that even if there isn't an intelligent civilization out in the galaxy right now, even if we're the only one, statistically there has to have been one, even if it died out, and actually a bunch of them that already died out, and that the logical progression of technology would be that they would create self-replicating probes.
Yes,
And
I
that- so
know
that-
about
yeah,
this
yeah,
theory.
yeah.
Yeah.
That shit.
And
scares
that's
me.
what we're doing. Like we're almost there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And no, I don't like it. Is the thing. You should. This is like literally like what like light. It's like your life should be. You have a stone house with a straw roof, and you till the fields. Okay. What are you doing making fucking probes that are alive?
This is
See, when I see shit from the 70s, that's when I feel like we figured it out.
Yes,
You could
I-
It'd be so nice, dude.
I
Those
agree,
dude.
movies in the 70s.
Right,
Oh,
like it seemed like there were less homophobes. People were getting it together on racism like a little bit.
Yeah, they started putting black people on TV.
There's
Yeah,
no
and
fatty in the
then
Coke.
There wasn't really a lot of traffic, and people could still drink and drive. You could still hit your kids, but you also told them you loved them.
Right.
You know, it was just we had black and white life, and not a ton of people. And you know there was economic depression.
Black and white. Hold on.
No. Not
We were
not
segregated.
not racially. It was just like
The
you know, our
90s.
morals were in a place where like horror movies were still scary because they felt a little real.
Yes.
I think the
And,
90s
like,
were the
like
peak.
the magic wasn't gone, and it like I don't know. I think that's like perfect.
Do you know what it was? It was the abundance of it was carpet. Homes looked great.
Yeah.
Conversation pits. Conversation pits might have been the pinnacle of society.
Yeah, dude.
It's the coolest shit ever.
It's
Wait,
good
what's
stuff.
that?
Weed was still had sticks in it, you know. Like it wouldn't. Like I could still be smoking weed to this day if we were still just smoking the potpourri out of
Yeah.
the '70s, you know. Or like, and I don't know. I think economic depression is great for people.
You gotta have
it. Because could you imagine not hating your life every day?
Mm-hmm.
How meaningless it would feel.
Because, by the way, economic depression, even the last time, 2008, that financial crisis,
Yeah.
a fucking cakewalk.
That's why we've got Kesha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gave us Kesha. Thank you, depression.
But what I'm saying is like that. It's like you look at the Taco Bell prices during the last like worst financial era in the United States. It's like shit was still under $2 there.
Yeah, dude.
It's like you could fucking like.
They still had a salad bar at fucking Wendy's.
An economic crisis. The economic crisis in the 70s would be if I would fucking thrive, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, just to be a factory worker and still own like a fucking house.
Own a home. Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's
Lead
great.
paint. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
My
Lead paint
neighbor
was nice.
is like what, like 1,000 feet away from me instead of 3 feet away from me. Like we're not head to head on. You know, sometimes I just put my hand up to the wall and imagine my neighbors also putting their hand there.
Yeah, your doctor's telling you which brand of cigarettes to smoke, and you're like, oh, shit, I'm killing it. I'm smoking the healthiest ones, dude.
Yeah.
No AIDS yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were living in a pre-AIDS world.
Ben, just a conversation because I know you asked is when you walk. It's like houses used to have this thing where in the living room you would come in. There's the floor, it's carpeted, and then there's a dip down.
Oh, yeah,
and
like
the
a-
floor has like seats in it. And it's
Yeah.
usually around the fireplace.
Yep.
Or the stereo system.
I've seen houses like that. Yeah, that shit's dope.
There was one. I am sad I missed Los Angeles in the 70s because sometimes you'll go into houses in Los Angeles that are like that are just from the 70s. And you're like, oh, this was the coolest city in the world.
Dude,
Fuck, man.
they have those in Marin County. If you walk up the Dipsy Trail in downtown Mill Valley, there's all these like not prototype houses, just the idea of like whatever futuristic architecture was going on.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
70s. They've got them just like full wood houses with giant like 3-story windows that go up. Like it's unbelievable. So you can see the whole inside of the house, and there's these massive spiral like open floor plans,
Yeah,
spiral
dude.
staircases. Like,
Open floor plan houses are so cool.
so fucking cool. dude.
A-frames.
Yeah.
A-frames are amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. That shit. We
Not
really.
us.
You're right. We did be. So I got on my high horse there with the the Luddite like till the field shit.
Yeah.
You're right. It was the 1970s.
Yeah.
I want radio and
You
gasoline.
can still till a field in the 70s, but you can like listen to Black Sabbath while you like I don't know,
You know,
like
I read a-
shoe a horse or something. It's
I read a quote by Snowden where he said, we have Paleolithic emotions, medieval institutions, and godlike technology, and that's the problem. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's fucking facts, dude.
I
If
do
you really
think
think
that's
about
true.
it, because the amount of time it takes a brain to change through evolution it hasn't been long enough. Like the time scales are so long that we are exactly the same anatomically, biologically as the Ice Age like cavemen.
Yeah.
We haven't evolved through that yet. It's been like,
That's kind
thousands
of
of
wild because that means if you gave like a caveman an iPhone, he would just goon until he was
He would-
dehydrated.
yeah.
He'd figure it out, dude.
He would,
He would- yeah.
he would.
I mean, guys have been gooning since like fertility idols. It's like they were doing their damnedest. You know
That's
what I mean?
Yeah.
crazy. I don't even always think of it because when you see a fertility idol, you're thinking like, oh, back then like they would just carve women with
She thick.
giant tits.
She thick as
out
hell.
of respect, and it was something non-sexual.
She-
But they were probably fucking like needed a Gatorade staring at that fucking fertility type.
Well, it's also like it's
I like Paleolithic chicks with 2 C's.
Well, also
Paleolithic.
human evolution is. It's like we've basically like we've been through thousands of years of evolution to finally. It's like now we can actually make women who do look like the technology is there. We can make your wife look like a fertility idol, and your ancestors are so happy, dude.
Yeah.
This is all they wanted.
Just the singularity.
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Ben, sorry, I'm looking at your shirt, and I don't know if it's because of all the news, but is that a Star of David pattern sneakily on your shirt?
No, that's
'Cause it
it's
looks-
houndstooth.
It's houndstooth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You look at me and you just think
This-
It's the possible illusion you see what you want to see or don't want to see.
It's an ink blot test for anti-Semitism. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like that's either a Star of David or my angry father.
Is that a cannoli in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
Ben was trying to fucking.
I was checking
Big
out
up
the
my
bulge,
dick.
dude.
No, dude, it's a nub. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's the battle of the bulge.
It's not the battle of the bulge at all. It's fucking. It's an acorn with 2 grapes.
Dude, I went to the gym with my girlfriend, and it was just like I had those gym pants on,
Yeah.
and it was just the worst like tennis the little tennis
Yeah.
print.
Oh,
Yeah.
terrible! It's awful.
Awful. And there's just a bunch of fucking jack dudes in there, and I'm like, all right, well,
Yeah,
I must be funny.
I don't know. Whenever I think of small penises, I always think of Bixby's joke because he's got the one where he's like, "I hate my penis. I hate it. I've got a tiny penis, little penis, huge balls."
Yeah.
Well, that was why, like, if we talked about this, because they talk about how steroids make your balls shrink,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not your penis,
Yeah.
just your balls. That to me is a win-win.
Yeah.
Because then the optical illusion makes your cock look huge, and also like you're strong now.
Yeah.
Either that, or you just have a regular penis and somebody touches your balls and like, what are these peanut M&Ms doing in here? Like, this is.
I think I would like peanut M&M balls. I hate my balls.
That's how you make a
Okay.
little person.
Is you have small balls.
I don't know. Just shooting out blockhead sperms.
Just falls out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you make a little person. Is small balls and square sperm.
That's how you make a little Peter Dinklage sperm. I love that all the other midgets are mad at Dinklage for fucking their bag up with Snow White.
If
Yeah.
you're, this is sorry.
I love some little people infighting, dude.
If your baby is a dwarf, do you know from the get go, or do you have to like around 2? You gotta like he's not like he's like you have to clock when
I
his
think you
legs
probably
don't
look at the
grow.
ultrasound and she's like, that's his head. Now you see that's also his head. Now you see that. Now that's actually also, funnily
yeah.
enough, his head.
I didn't know if it just like hits you by surprise when they're 5 and you're
Little
like,
people
fuck,
in the
he's still a
fetus
baby.
are just a head with arms sticking out the side.
I want to know, is there ever like, because apparently they say that their junk is like normal size, so there has to have been a midget whose dick was
With a
close
huge
to
dick.
dragging on the floor.
I think so. I think doesn't Dinklage have a big dick?
Dinklage?
Sure.
Have I heard that?
Danglage?
Peter Danglage.
Yeah.
It's funny when a small guy has a small name.
A small, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that was mean to name him that. Peter Dinklage.
it's crazy. Well, I mean,
it sounds like he lives in a shoe.
they
It
didn't.
does.
Yeah.
Well, his parents didn't know that the last name would be so befitting. You know what? It's not
Yeah.
like they gave him the last name.
Oh, that's true.
At that point, it's like you got to change your last name.
Yeah.
That is the kind of last name where it sounds like they do a spell on her stomach. You
Yeah.
know, to make him. He's like, they did a kind of like a monkey's paw, where he's
Yeah.
like he's going to be famous and powerful, but he'll be lacking in other.
It
what are
sounds
those
like
called?
an
The, like-
author's. It sounds like J.R.R. Tolkien was like, "Fuck, what do I
Yeah.
call
Peter
this small
Dinklage.
guy?"
Yeah, dude.
What are those things called that it's like a sorcery thing or like an alchemy thing and you make them in a little test tube and it's like a little guy?
Golem.
A homunculus.
No.
Homunculus.
Yeah,
Homunculus.
Yeah.
similar to a golem.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a homunculus. Peter Homunculus.
Yeah. That's really. I mean, that's all that. Yeah, homunculuses are. That's also what we're going towards with this robot stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Just a robot that you can like
a robot homunculus.
get all your fucking.
I guarantee you in our lifetime there will be like a tiny little robot that's just like a perfect humanoid replica that just like can jump on your shoulder and like, you know.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't we? We should have made Flubber.
Yeah,
Flubber.
dude.
Damn it, dude.
I thought we would get
We've
to
had
Flubber by
30
now.
years. We've had 30 years. I wanted Flubber so bad.
My friend Tim has made this great observation about Flubber, where he's like, in Flubber, Robin Williams, Flubber is his greatest invention, whatever
Yeah.
Flubber is. And the thing that he invented before Flubber is a robot that can love. It's like a robot that's in love with him. You know. Flubber
seen
would be
Flubber,
nice.
right?
I've never seen it.
You've
no.
never seen
Zach,
Flubber?
you went to film
Okay.
school.
Yeah, I guess
Flubber's-
I skipped that class. Where we
There's-
watched
I think
Flubber.
there's
That's how they're
literally-
going to decide who to draft. If you haven't
There's
seen
Citizen
Flubber.
Kane.
That's a very
then there's
millennial, movie.
I didn't know what Flubber did. All Flubber does is it goes in your clothes and
Yeah.
bounces around, right?
Yeah.
They're
It-
trying to
it
draft
goes
Nick.
Citizen
He's like,
Kane,
I've seen Flubber. You can't do this.
Flubber, Dr. Doolittle.
I've seen
and
Dr. Doolittle.
Magnolia.
And then Now You
So
See Me
bad.
Too.
Yeah, okay,
It's so
all right.
bad.
And what's the other
Flubber
one?
seems terrible though. Flubber seems like a horrible.
You should.
movie.
Flubber's
It's
like
Sacrilege, dude.
Flubber's interesting, and there's this era of, especially if you weren't alive for these,
Yeah.
these have such an interesting flavor. There's an era of PG rated studio comedies from that time, right when special
Mrs.
effects.
Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire too. There's another Robin Williams one, but there's specifically this era of just as CGI becomes feasible to use in movies,
Yeah.
there are all these movies that like abuse it and like Flubber is like it's clear it's like they figured out how to do like one effect. They figured out how to do this like bouncing gel effect, and the whole movie is like hinged upon that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The Frighteners by Peter Jackson is a
Yeah.
similar, where it's like it's built around like that one effect of like the phantom in the wall. But dude, Flubber is crazy. I watched that movie so many times.
Flubber and Nutty
It's
Professor.
Flubber.
You know, and
Nutty
there was
Professor's good,
there was
dude.
never
That's a good
Professors are
movie.
pretty-
That's a great
Dude,
movie.
Nutty Professor 2 had the most
Clumps is so
crass
good.
fucking line I've ever heard. Because I was thinking about it the other day, because I remember seeing it when I was little and having no idea what it was. It was the Nutty Professor 2 is when he's still taking the drug, but all the bad personality traits are still affecting him when he's fat, like as
Yeah.
a side effect.
Yeah.
So Janet Jackson's talking to him out of her window, and he's down on the street, and he yells, he goes, "Hey woman, let me come up there and put my beef in your taco." And like it was,
Oh.
it was the most insane fucking thing
crazy.
I have ever heard.
Slutty Professor.
In one of the Nutty Professors, Dave Chappelle is in it. I think as he's supposed to be like a parody of Eddie Griffin.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
But Dave Chappelle does stand up. I wish I could remember. It's so funny. Just look up the Nutty Professor Dave Chappelle scene. It's
Okay.
it's very funny.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know. I gotta see Norbit.
Norbit.
It's on the list.
Well, then who was eating the turkey ass?
Norbit's good.
Brian Wilson's favorite movie.
yeah.
Brian Wilson.
R.I.P.
I was
dude.
reading a bunch of stuff about like different after he died, people were sharing a bunch of Brian Wilson stories, and there's a couple of great ones about movies because he went to see that John Frankenheimer movie Seconds.
Yeah.
Do you know this story?
I don't know this story. No.
So he for Seconds, by the way, if you've seen it, is great.
Amazing.
If you haven't
Yeah,
seen it,
watch
it's great. It's
Seconds.
awesome. Brian Wilson walked into the theater late, right as a character says, "Come in, Mr. Wilson." And he thought it was Phil Spector sending him a threat through the movie. So he freaked out and like ran out of the theater. And he didn't see another movie until E.T., which is like 20 years later. He like stayed out of movie theaters. Somebody else had this great. There was, I think it was Don Henley had a story where like he got to meet Brian Wilson,
Yeah.
and maybe he had him sign a copy of Pet Sounds, but basically he was like, "Mr. I just want to thank you so much. Like you inspired me to be a musician. Like Pet Sounds so important to me. Beach Boys are so important to me." And Brian Wilson, he like nods and he signs the album. He goes, "Don, thanks for all the great music." And Don Henley he starts to leave, and then Brian Wilson goes, he like beckons him back. And he takes it back and he crosses out "great" and writes "good." And hands it back to him.
Dude, that's so crazy. I was reading about him getting bribed with hamburgers to make records.
Yeah. Hamburger sessions. Yeah.
What a perfect guy, dude. I don't know, because that's so good, because he's that's just pure savant.
Pure
you know what I
genius,
mean?
yep.
Because he's scared of movies. He's food motivated.
Yeah.
He's a food motivated savant.
Yeah,
who's
He's like a cat.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's like trying to get Quincy to sit, you know,
Yeah.
except instead of sitting, Quincy's making good vibrations.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny because there's a period of time where him and his brother Daniel Wilson, they were like making songs together. And they called them there's all these bootlegs that exist of them. For years they called them the cocaine sessions.
Yeah, yeah.
And he came out, he was like, "We weren't doing cocaine, we were eating hamburgers."
Yeah, the hamburger.
So it's called the hamburger sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he would bribe him with cocaine, and he'd say he'd go get him 2 hamburgers from McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they call it brown crack.
Dude, his obsession with shortening bread is the most good.
And then
ever.
Short and Bread is on. There's an unreleased Beach. Sam Rossi just gave it to me. There's like an unreleased Beach Boys album that was gonna be.
The Adult/Child, or
He sent it to me.
it's the one after "I Love You" or whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I Love
And
You,
and
yeah.
Short and Bread is on there.
Yeah, it's like it's amazing.
It's amazing.
so
it's,
good.
it's the same idea as Smile, where all the songs just like go into
Yeah.
one another. Yeah.
Okay.
No, Adult/Child is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
He was the coolest guy
he's
ever,
the
man.
goat, dude. I
Yeah.
love him.
Well, I had this
And-
real. I was listening to Pet Sounds, and like, because we've been listening to the Beatles too, and the Beatles are obviously the Beatles are good.
Yeah.
Pet Sounds is better than any single Beatles album.
Yes.
Like it's
Yeah.
by
I
far
don't
better.
I
don't know, Rubber
I have to
Soul.
listen to Pet Sounds again, but like Beatles are one of those things where it's
It's stupid how many good songs they wrote.
they're so loved and so undersold because
Yeah.
of the reputation that they have. When you go back and listen to them, it's mainly perfect
No,
songs.
but yeah,
Like,
but what I said to Zach was every Beatles album has 1 or 2 songs I don't want to listen to,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
and when I put on Pet Sounds, I'm not
nothing.
not
That's how I
skipping.
feel about the Strokes. I feel like they have so many albums that just don't have duds on them.
Yeah.
Like their first 2 albums, perfect. Maybe one. I bet even the songs I used to think were duds, I've grown to like. I'm also just a simp for the Strokes, but
Right.
Velvet Underground is kind
Velvet
of like
Underground,
that with
yeah.
some of them. I mean, they do have some songs.
I think,
where it's like
Transformer-
Sister Ray is.
that's why I got the tat because
Hard to
Transformer is
listen
like
to.
a perfect album. Even though it's not Velvet Underground, that's just Lou
Yeah,
Reed.
Lou Reed, but yeah.
But that's a perfect fucking album.
Yeah.
But like Revolver would be my top Beatles album, and then you get to, and then fucking Yellow Submarine is on it.
I think
Super
White
solid.
Album is like,
You know what? I put
Let
the
It
Whi-
Be is a banger, dude.
yeah,
That album.
Yeah, I put on the White Album recently, and I was like, I don't like this.
really.
Because there's a lot. Because I'm like, I don't want to listen to Revolution Number 9.
You know who
I
gets-
don't want to listen to Wild Honey Pie.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who gets no love though? The Kinks.
So the Kinks are. I do actually agree that like the Kinks have maybe the best run of like the British Invasion.
Yeah.
Like they're quietly as innovative as the Beatles, and then they be almost like 80s Kinks. Like 70s, they almost have like this like punk edge to them.
They
like, kind of-
invented distortion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had the first song, or they didn't invent. That was
Link Ray.
Link Ray.
Link Ray
Yeah,
with
Rumble.
Rumble, but they played the first. They were the first people to record use of a distortion pedal.
Yeah.
And the Kinks are fucking great. I'm on a Brian Eno kick right
Okay.
now.
Oh,
It's
dude.
my
So
thing.
good.
I just listened to Green New World.
Yeah.
And what was the other one I listened to after that? Because I've never listened to his music. I've listened to the
Stuff he's produced.
music for airports.
Yeah, it's great.
But I haven't listened to.
I have a fucking.
There's a lot of good
I've got
punk
a
right now.
Japanese pressing of Green New or another Green World. There's so.
Before and After Science.
Great
10
album.
Pictures. That album. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a record. This is not good podcasting, but I'm gonna give you a Brian Eno recommendation right now. He did this album with the guys from Cluster. He collaborated with them.
Yeah.
Too. There's Eno and Cluster, but the second album is not attributed to Cluster because it's just like it's Mobius and Rodelius. It's like Eno, Mobius,
Okay.
Rodelius. It's called After the Heat.
Okay.
There's a track on it called The Bell Dog. When you listen to it, you can't believe it's from the early 70s. It
Okay.
sounds like it's from like the fucking early 2000s or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, After the Heat is one of my all-time
I think
favorite
there's
albums.
there's punk being made right now that's gonna be looked back on
What do you like? What punk
like
are you listening-
Viagra Boys,
Oh, dude, they're great.
Ammo and the Sniffers.
Viagra Boys fucking rock.
There's something happening where it's getting dirty again. We're getting
Tim Presley from White Fence is in a new punk band called Self Improvement.
Okay.
That's like,
I like
really
White Fence a
fucking
lot.
good. Yeah.
Dude, I want to see that. He should start a band and just make like Ty Segall the guitarist.
Yeah.
You know, wouldn't that be sick to just fucking
Yeah. I don't. Tim Presley's a great guitarist.
Yeah.
He's got a really cool guitar sound.
But yeah, there's a bunch of this is really good Australian punk happening right now, and honestly, hip hop like this Doechii chick. Have you listened to Doechii at
This
all?
Doechii chick- Yeah, I mean, I've heard the song.
She's
that
so good,
samples,
dude.
yeah.
She's my new favorite. It's like I think she's probably she seems like the best since like Lauryn Hill.
And she's so beautiful.
yeah.
She's really a queen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that much Doechii stuff. I listen to Doja Cat.
Doja Cat.
My girlfriend listens to Pink Panthers.
Yeah.
Pink Panthers once skipped out on tipping me,
Damn.
and we don't hold it against her at all.
You got
We
so many
don't-
stories like that, dude.
Yeah, I have a lot of stories.
Pink
of
Panthers fucking stiffed me, dude.
stiffed me on the tip, and which actually was sort of insightful. Like it made me realize that like she must not have been making a lot of money despite having like a hit song, because like when it came time to pay, she was like panicking.
That's
And Lil
fucked.
Nas X also didn't like. It was her and Lil Nas X were the people at my escape room, and he didn't like Joe. You would think that he would have some fucking cash on
Yeah.
him.
Wait,
but
they were at your escape room?
Yeah, they were at my escape room. They played 2 games.
They
and
probably didn't tip you because you don't think you have to tip your escape room.
I took a picture of them that wound up on his fucking
Wow.
Twitter. No, it wasn't
Wow.
just tipping. No. She didn't tip me, but it was paying for it. It was like
Wow.
ponying up because you have to
Whoa.
settle up. Like you
Mm-hmm.
pay the deposit and then you have to pay the rest when you get there.
Damn. She's like, we should have taken the 5 lock package,
I was
not
like
the 10 lock.
I was like, why do you? I was like, contracts are either really bad or like you really just do not make money as a musician now.
Yeah. Yeah, you really don't though.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a Spotify stream? It's fucking nothing. It's like a percentage of a cent.
And that's crazy to think about the fact that there's so much good music happening right now, considering there's no money in it at all. It's like against the odds,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I heard Taylor Swift only eats canned food.
Yeah, it's true.
She's married
She eats-
Travis Kelce for the money.
She just eats cream of corn out of the can, dude.
No, she eats dog food.
Really?
She eats dog.
She eats dog. She gets on all fours and eats dog food. At least I don't know if that's news or I just imagine that, but it's
No, that's news. I heard that too. She eats dog food. She's on food stamps.
Yep.
Yeah, she wears rags around her around her hovel.
Yeah, she's got that. She has that place in the West Village, but it's like empty. It's just full of fucking like iams and
Yeah, she
and
actually
beanbag chairs.
There's a guard keeping her out of that house. There's a guy with a gun.
People have to cover their nose when they go into a room like King fucking whatever, Henry the Eighth.
Oh, was he pooping in the room?
He was that I've been watching all these medieval fucking lore things. He was
Yeah.
like rotting.
He kept what?
His legs had sores that were like rotting, and then I think I talked about this on the last.
He kept
episode.
killing his wives too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one
yeah.
who he killed all them wives.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's
He said,
imagine
"Line 'em up."
that, dude.
I don't know. This is all right. So I know I've been on like a journey with like internet freaks. I know we talk about like
For sure.
the lolcows and all that.
Go for it.
I the best YouTube channel of all time, I think, is interesting stuff from around the world, and it's the first YouTube channel I have ever paid money to subscribe to because he fully compiles some of the hardest shit to find on the internet and narrates it so well.
Yeah.
And I just watched his documentary on Josoman. Do you guys know?
I don't know.
I love.
Josso,
You should look
man.
up Stefan Milo. He's you. If you like this, you'd also probably like my boy Stefan Milo.
Okay.
But he does a lot of like long form research videos about like paleoanthropology. So like ancient. It'll be like every species of hominin. And then, but he makes it really interesting, and he'll
Okay.
go talk to scientists.
So this is about a guy who weighs probably 500 pounds, who has a piss and shit closet.
all right, different vibe than I thought.
It's a different vibe.
I was thinking
So-
you said something man, and I was thinking
Yeah.
of the Otzi Iceman who got found in the
And
permafrost.
you feel bad for him because it seems like he's being exploited until you find out he does most of the stuff he does just on his own unprompted. Like he'll just piss in his own face on live stream and he has a poop chair. He's got a poop chair that's just a chair and it's just skid marked until there's a permanent shit
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
ice all over it. And he just throws trash all over his room. There's vomit all over everything.
Okay.
And there's
The
one
smell.
There was one stream he did where he's like, "All right, it's time to clean my room." And he starts picking up trash and putting it in a trash bag.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh, that's poop. Got to pick that up." And he just picks up some of his own shit off the floor. And then he throws it in the bag. Wait, picks it up with his bare hand. And he throws it in the bag. And he goes, "Well, that's enough." And then he just throws the trash bag at the wall and sits back down. It's insane.
So he's having fun with it.
Yeah, yeah.
He knows
oh,
he's
it's
being
insane.
funny.
This guy's free, dude.
He got kicked out of high school because he kept shitting his pants to go home early.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, that is a powerful move.
Yeah.
Man is
But Nobody
ungovernable.
can argue with that. Dude.
So we can talk a lot about wanting to live in the Middle Ages of the 70s, but Josoman, that's recorded. That's all hearsay from the town over back in the day. That's all you got to paint pictures to imagine what he'd look like.
I don't know
but
why
right now,
Josso,
I
man.
can
It
see
still
him.
sounds like someone they found in the permafrost to me. I'm thinking how funny would it be in like 500 years to find that dude like
Yeah.
frozen in the
Josso,
ice,
man.
and they're
It's-
like, "What is he caked in?" And
Yeah.
it's just like they're chiseling, they're brushing away frozen shit.
He's just frozen scratching his own ass.
It's like artifacts
you know?
they find. It's like this is we think this is like a hammer from like 800 BC, and this is a poop chair. This is an ancient poop chair.
Yeah, they're gonna think all of us lived like him because of him, because that's what we do. We find
Right.
a guy and we're like, well, he has berries in his stomach, so they must have been eating berries. They're gonna find
It's
the
like, no, this is
Josso
a
man.
Berry
Yeah.
freak, dude.
They're gonna call it's like Josso 3C1, and it's just like his skull.
Right around 2019, they stopped using toilets.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Back in 2024, they used to pick up their shit with their bare hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's
I'm always
like a-
amazed when guys like that don't have pink eye constantly.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Because
But
I like
You work up a patina.
Yeah. It's like I don't get poison ivy, I guess if you live in your own shit constantly, you build up like a tolerance.
It's crazy because it's like you get like diaper rash or
Yeah.
something. You get like
Well, I mean, maybe we should just all eat a little bit of shit every day.
Right. It's
Just
like how
take a
it's like how
little-
everybody's taking too many antibiotics.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow is like a one step away from that, from eating
Yeah.
her own shit. I feel like
She does eat her own shit.
she's gonna sell her own shit candles.
Yeah, she's feeding it to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, human.
She's
just
canning
It's
it.
just a holistic LA human centipede of fucking Gwyneth Paltrow and Taylor Swift, and
Taylor Swift is buying
and they're both
$60.
shitting into Kathy Griffin's mouth.
Kathy, why is Kathy Griffin catching a stray in this bit? That's not right, dude.
She
She
it's
stood
just
up.
an
It wasn't
LA
a.
name.
It wasn't a stray. I aimed it at her.
She stood up to Trump, dude.
Yeah. And that was one of the most insane things that I've seen somebody get mad over. That was such a nothing thing.
Well, you know
holding a
what's-
fake head.
People,
Yeah.
she says that like ruined her career. I'm like, Kathy Griffin, you have Kathy. What do you mean it killed your career?
Yeah, I think it's
there
a
was no career to
vibe.
speak of.
Right.
You had a show called My Life on the D List. Like
Yeah.
you.
Don't her and Carrot Top look like they could be a male and female example of a different species?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
If you just found them, you'd be like, "Whoa, dude!"
Just put them in a cage and see what
Yeah.
they
They're both
see what they
beautiful.
do.
Just an AI image
That
of like
is-
them coming out of a cave and a bunch of humans pointing spears at them.
It does feel like if you made them, if they fucked, the
Oh,
baby
God.
would have plastic surgery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah. Like the baby would come out with like freckles and a six pack and like
The baby
hair
would-
in weird places.
the baby would come out with fucking with Turkish hair implants.
It'd be carrot bottom.
Yeah, carrot bottom. That'd be yeah. You know, I've heard a lot of people. There's like this Carrot Top like revisionism. It started with Todd Glass
Oh,
years
man,
ago.
yeah.
People are like Carrot Top's funny.
I was actually about to bring this up, dude. It's insane.
People-
it makes me feel like
people-
I'm going crazy. He sucks, dude. He's the worst.
People talk about like Carrot Top. It's like you got to go to Vegas, see the Carrot Top show.
Yeah.
You'll love it. I'm like,
It's like Kim Kardashian jokes and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
fucking that's one thing that I just genuinely hate about comedians is they so badly want to have a hot take that they'll just go against basic taste and like fucking like reason. I remember when Matt Rife made it big, everybody was like
He's
oh,
not
dude,
that
fucking,
bad.
he's not that bad. Like,
drove
dude,
me
I want to
insane,
open for
dude.
Matt Rife. I like the dude.
Gotta
He's getting
respect the
his deal,
hustle.
you know?
No.
And it's like
No, you don't. You don't
no,
have to respect
you
the
don't
hustle.
respect
Yeah.
him. You don't like him. You don't respect anything he's doing. You're just saying this because you have nothing better to do than
Yeah.
like
If you're
like
if you're
act like you're original
yeah.
because you have a different take.
if
than
you're a
others.
stand-up comic, you have a hateful heart.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you should just own it.
People, listen. Here's the thing. I like hot takes. Okay.
Sure.
But you gotta do the math.
Sure.
So many people are not showing their work. They'll have a hot take and then they have nothing to back it up. Like you have to. If you're gonna have a hot take, you better make me believe it by the time you're done pitching it.
Yeah.
Either that or you need it to be within the realm of something where it's like it's not so obvious that you're trying to just have a fucking hot take.
Definitely, yeah.
Or it's got to be funny that you have a hot take. It's
Right.
not funny to be like, hey, Matt Rife is actually good, and I'm happy he's doing.
You're just a
what he's
ball
doing.
washer at that
Yeah,
point.
you're just being a dickhead. You know.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, I like pizza, and you're like, I actually don't like pizza. It's fucking, you know.
I
Isn't
do.
that crazy?
I do wonder if there's like a such a thing as like a good prop comic though, because like once in, like
Jay
I-
Shingle.
what
Jay
Jay
Shingle.
Shingle.
Shout out Jay Shingle.
is he a prop comic who's good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got door jam.
But I think what it is to also when you see a prop comic in obscurity, it has a different charm.
It does.
Yeah.
Because you see them in their element.
Yeah.
A prop comic belongs in a room with 10 people in it, max.
And have we talked about the Cam Strong prop? bit
My favorite
on-
joke of
on
all
this?
time it involved a prop, and it was Cam Strong. Shout out Cam
Yeah.
Strong.
He just fucked himself in the face with a
I
dildo.
should tell. Let me say
Like-
the whole bit. So he's on stage, and he had arranged for somebody who was behind the stage at some point during his set to throw this flesh-colored giant dildo onto
It
the
was
stage.
purple.
It was pinkish. I remember.
Okay.
But he's in the middle of his kind of his average jokes. No offense, Cam. And then a dildo comes flying over this like short wall in the back onto the stage and like lands in front of him on the dirty stage.
Right.
And he picks it up and he starts like deep throating this dildo. And we're in a dark black box theater open mic.
That's awesome.
He's deep throating this dildo
To
for an
silence.
uncomfortably long time to silence, about 30 seconds probably. And then as he's going, he kind of like it like drops out of his mouth and like flops onto the floor again. And then he starts going into another weird bit without acknowledging it. And then like 20 seconds later, he's like, "Wow, this set's really gone off the rails." let me get back to my material. And he picks the dildo up and starts deep throating it again. I think it's a perfect
That's
joke.
good.
It
I
was
think it's a
really
perfect
good.
fucking joke, dude.
Yeah, dude.
There's a
But if you saw it in a stadium, you'd be mad.
Yeah.
or I don't know, or it would crush.
Yeah.
Like
No, it would crush. That's why you'd be mad.
there's a Gallagher prop that I still think of. I saw it in like a compilation of Gallagher jokes, but he takes out this like he's got this elaborate like puppet of like a guy on a toilet. It's like the size of a man, and it's on a stick, and he waves it over the audience, and he makes it like it starts dropping like fake turds on the audience. He goes, "Oh, he's pooping on you." It's like I'm like that
great.
might be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. I think Jeff Dunham ruined it for everybody.
Yeah,
dude.
Jeff Dunham is the worst. He's the
Yeah.
worst ventriloquist who's ever lived. He's
He's not even that good.
No,
You
he's-
watch
he's
Jeff
not very
Dunham,
good, yeah.
and it's like he makes all the puppets really like loud, so you're just looking at the puppet. If you look at his mouth, he's just saying the shit.
There was that guy. Who's that guy? Otto and George. Was
Yeah.
that? They would have him on like fucking like morning radio, but he was like he would like tour. Like I would see him up and down like doing dates on the East Coast before I even did comedy. And it was like it's like a ventriloquist act, but he's like really dirty.
Yeah.
And New York comics swore by him. Like
Okay.
Jim Norton, I'm pretty sure Jim Norton would be like, "Oh yeah, Otto and George is great."
Yeah, it's
Okay.
crazy.
It is great. Right? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that's not a great endorsement, but yeah.
Albert Brooks had great prop comedy, like on Carson.
Did
and
Albert
stuff.
Brooks do prop
Yeah, he
comedy?
did a ton. Yeah, like all of his like Tonight Show appearances, he's doing like prop shit, and it's all amazing.
Okay. Yeah,
But he's
prop
kind of
comedy can be good.
deconstructing comedy too when he's doing it. So I don't know. It's its own thing.
Yeah, I mean, like prop comedy has gotten to a place where you can't do it in a way that's not just like being like a meta fucking
Yeah.
comic, you know. But
Right.
if somebody pulls that off well, then they're doing good. Like,
I don't know. You can still pull out a loaded gun, and I feel like that's kind of an evergreen,
Sure.
something every comic has in their back pocket.
Yeah.
There was some comic who did that at the Comedy Store.
Really?
Yeah, and shared it in an Instagram post.
Wow.
Dude,
Zach,
well,
do you want to also? Because I got to start getting ready to head to my dad's. Do you want to come?
Oh,
one night at my
Sure.
open mic
I mean,
when
I don't know how much time we have left.
we'll do 10 more.
Okay.
Cool. One
Shows your
night
pretty
at my
face.
open mic when I was running in Portland, there was this comic on stage, and I don't know what happened, but he sat down for his set, and then the next comic who was up after him, I was like watching him, and he kept like moving something away from him with his foot during his set. And I didn't know what it was, so I went up afterwards, and I took a look at I was like, what's on the floor? What was he being weird about? And the comic for him had dropped his gun, and it was sitting on the thing. And I said like, oh shit, fucking, he dropped his gun, and everybody got like quiet. And I picked it up. I realized when I picked it up, it was a fake gun. I don't know why he had a fake gun in the back of his pants, but he did, and he dropped it. I realized it was a fake gun. Nobody else knew that, and I knew nobody else knew that. So I just stuck it in my mouth in front of everybody. I think the only person who laughed was Tori, and that was my favorite moment of running an open mic
Wow.
of all time, dude.
That is
That
awesome.
was a great
Why do you have
time.
a fake gun? That's
He
insane.
sold drugs, and there were a bunch of fake guns in the back. And I was wondering, like, did he think like maybe he was gonna need a fake gun at some point?
Interesting.
Damn.
That's
But-
hilarious.
Yeah,
But I mean, like, how obvious was it that it was fake? Was there
I
like
didn't
a little
know until
tip
I
at the
poked
end?
it up.
Oh.
No,
You had to,
I
like,
think
look
they
at it.
painted over the tip, and
Okay.
I had to hold it and feel that it was not heavy to realize
Right.
it was a fake gun.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah.
Would you put it in your mouth even if it was a real gun? Or?
I don't know. In the moment, I think I might have.
Yeah.
'Cause it was such a good. I knew it
so
was going to be
funny.
a great bit. You know?
It's worth the risk.
Yeah.
Dude, watch, you get it in your mouth, you're like, I should fucking pull the trigger. It would be really good.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, dude, I'm gun trained. You know,
Yeah.
I know my
Trigger
trigger
discipline.
finger. I
Yeah.
keep it up here, right? Yeah, dude.
That rocks.
There's a comic in Chicago who I'm very worried is going to shoot up an open mic. You
Oh,
know,
it's gonna happen, dude.
I won't say anymore, but he's made a series of Instagram posts in the last 3 days where I'm like, and they're very cryptic.
Whoa.
Yeah, Zach is right. It's like watching Elliot Roger post.
but right before
Oh,
he did the
shit.
shooting.
Yeah, and I'm like, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
He had a hashtag on one of the posts that was literally like, watch out.
Well, at least he's warning people.
Yeah.
We had a guy in Portland who threatened to show up and shoot up at an open mic, and they hired security to fucking for the open mic, which was a dead open mic. It's like, just cancel the mic, dude. Just fucking don't do it tonight.
We don't have to do this.
Like this is insane. And like, yeah, it was like beef between the two most autistic guys in Portland comedy at the time.
Jesus.
Oh, dude, we had that.
Yeah.
There was a guy in L.A. His name, oh god, he went by the Rooster. What the fuck was his? He called himself the Rooster. His name was Ian something, and he was like very, like something's not. He's autistic or something. And he was the. I wish I could remember Ian Russo.
Okay.
I know him.
You know
I
him?
know Ian Russo.
Yeah,
the
Ian
dude's a
Russo.
lunatic.
He's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Didn't he get canceled for like physically attacking a woman
And
like a year ago?
Yes, so
Yeah.
because she put him in a documentary about fourth wall comedy, which is like this very shitty comedy. I'm so glad.
Yeah,
was he
I
in
know
Portland
Ian.
for a little bit?
Yeah, he was always in Portland.
Dude,
He used to come up all the
people
time.
say- he just,
Also, I know Bruce and Kelly. Yeah.
Right, I know. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you know that. Because I think he was also in New York too. Because like his
Yeah.
parents are just like bankrolling him, and so he was in a documentary that honestly, like, I will say, the lady who made the documentary, I'm like, you shouldn't have done this.
Yeah,
Like,
it was mean.
He's
It
not
was super
well.
mean, yeah.
I think she still kind of tried to make him a sympathetic character, but obviously he freaked out.
Yeah.
And he like assaulted her in front of an open mic, and then tore out and like he hit like 2 cars as he was
Oh my
like
God.
going out. And then he just like hid. He just like went into
Yeah.
hiding after that. And yeah, I think about it, it's so funny. I feel so
Yeah.
bad for the guy.
He
but
spurged out.
he spurred
But
out
you
so
poked
hard.
the bear, dude. You poked the spurred
Wait, so
bear.
it's like a full-on documentary this person was making? Or-
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It came out. It's all about like it's such a petty documentary too. It's like
Yeah.
we all know this place is fucking shitty, and we all know the comics who go there are like losers.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it made him freak out
Does it
and
have a
attack her.
specific scene or like a?
It was of the LA scene in like
Oh, okay.
2021 or
Oh, okay,
2022,
wow,
like
okay.
which is like why it's not even worth documenting.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Ian Russo, man, I was a little obsessed with that guy for
Yeah.
a while.
Dude, he
He's
was a
so
wild
delusional.
guy, and he would, I remember he'd come to town, he'd get booked on everything, just bomb for a week, and then disappear.
He would get, it's great. He would get booked. He recorded a special.
Yeah,
He recorded the special. My friend Robbie opened for him.
yeah,
On the special. I'm like, why did you do that? You know?
yeah, dude.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he was always nice. There's some like, there's some LA mainstays who. There's one guy, I don't remember his name right now, but Patton Oswalt wrote about him in his book as just being like a weird skeevy dude, and like.
I think I know who this is.
Yeah, he lives in Atlanta half the time and Chicago half the time now. It's just there's a lot of those guys. They just get around.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so fascinating. The LA comedy scene was like so crazy to be a part of. And I was barely a part of it. I mean, I dipped out pretty quick. I was like, this is like the worst of
Yeah.
humanity.
I would never do it down there.
Yeah.
It's
Seems demonic.
You
like-
expect it to be a scene.
Yeah.
Sure.
Especially like the way but you realize like because I read like both of Patton Oswalt's books.
Yeah.
And I was expecting like that to be going on.
Sure, yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
no, this is from like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like this is it's like it'd be
yeah.
like showing up to the Sunset Strip and being like, where's all the hair metal bands, dude?
Yeah.
I'm gonna open for fucking Striper. Like
Yeah, well, I mean, it just sounds like literally the only parts of comedy that make me want to quit is
Yeah.
what's happening in LA. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's crazy. Don't go there. Come to Chicago.
Yeah. Come
No, move
here.
to LA. It's awesome there. It's alive. It's popping. The film industry isn't dying. Like, I wonder what happens when Hollywood fully like dies.
They don't shoot anything there anymore.
Yeah.
They shoot.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they shoot. Maybe
in,
they shoot like one or two
Toronto
things.
Or, like,
yeah.
Vancouver.
I mean, they
Atlanta's
shoot-
the
yeah, Atlanta.
big
But Atlanta's
spot.
even starting to collapse too.
They're shooting.
Oh,
They're
really?
shooting an
Yeah,
Austin
Atlanta,
Butler
like,
movie.
there's a ton of people in Atlanta who can't get work
I
right
knew
now.
that.
Yeah.
I actually knew that. My
So,
friend's out in Atlanta.
It's like a global collapse of the film industry or whatever.
Damn.
Yeah, no, it's super depressing.
Wow.
But
Well,
I know people are moving to LA and
I know people who moved to LA
and
too.
they're like on music video shoots and stuff. So they're
Well,
doing stuff.
That's all
but-
you can. Music video shoots are still shot there. The money is not nearly what it was.
Okay.
I know. I can't even talk about it, but I know people who shot a Grammy or an MTV, a video award-winning music video. I think it was a VMA-winning music video for a very popular female rapper, and like. They were working with like such limited funds, and then the funds were like run up by like her behavior.
Yeah.
Because it took her for like she didn't. They literally had to shoot like day for night.
Oh my
Because by the
God,
time she showed
that's
up, it was like
insane.
2 a.m.
Damn.
and it's crazy. Like it's truly not even what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like you'll work on sets, but like it's the glamour of Hollywood is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's so sad. It's such a great. It should be one of the greatest cities in America still, but R.I.P.
Yeah.
You know, but they're shooting shit here. The Austin Butler's shooting a movie in Chicago right now.
Oh,
there's
wow.
there's a casting call for lookalikes.
That's sick.
There's some
I
scene where
fucking hate that guy with my whole heart. I hate him.
I don't
so
like him,
much.
but he's-
I hope he quits.
what makes you hate him so much?
The
Elvis voice?
everything, every single thing he does like, somebody's watching him, and he's got to
Yeah.
like put on to be like a
Yeah.
sexy and mysterious guy.
Yes.
Did you see his fucking perfume commercial or his cologne commercial?
Yes.
I wanted to shoot him in his fucking face.
He does get mogged by Chalamet in that sense. Chalamet,
Yeah.
he seems like an unbothered king.
Yeah, he's just doing his thing. I mean, and Chalamet's cringy, which like, dude, you have to let people know that you're cringy. Like,
Yeah.
dude, Austin Butler was a Disney guy. Like,
Yeah.
you're still Disney.
He's part of the machine, yeah.
Yeah, like you're a Disney fella. That's okay.
I hate Chalamet's like rebrand right now.
Is he
Like,
trying to
He's trying
rebrand?
to become like a guy's guy.
Oh,
Like, he's on
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Knicks side
He's
court.
talking
dude,
like,
dude, I
yeah,
love
dude.
sports. He's like college football halftime show. He's like, I love sports. I love football. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. You do not.
He went on
Dude,
Theo
if you do,
Von's-
shut up. That's not who
He
you
went
are.
on Theo Von's podcast.
Yeah.
That's a Kardashian thing, I think. I think
Yeah,
they're like,
trying to make him like a guy's
Dude,
guy.
the thing
It does
is,
not work.
I like that because I'm a short, skinny white guy,
Yeah.
and I've tried to go for the sports fan rebrand like
Yeah.
20 times.
Yeah.
I keep trying to get it. And, like, watching him try to do it, I'm like, yeah, me too, dude.
I like
What's-
Chalamet because like he clearly actually has respect for like Scorsese and all them. Like
Yeah.
he's like
Sure.
done his homework.
Yeah.
A lot of stars could give a
Sports
fuck.
fandom is like so stupid in like insane ways. So,
Thank
like,
you.
Like when he brought Kardashians to the Knicks game, it caused like a
Yeah.
mini scandal among Knicks fans because the Kardashians were like an LA
Oh, yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
and bring like an LA person to the
To a
Knicks
Knicks
like
game.
court. It's like
Damn.
you crossed the line, and people were like talking about it.
The
Like,
only-
they're like, that's not cool to do that. You know?
The only celebrity, the only film guy who's like good at being a sports guy is Spike Lee, in my opinion. He's the goat of fucking liking.
He's so annoying.
No, he's the dude. He's the best.
Yeah,
dude.
no, he's great. He's the goat.
Can
But-
you dig it? Show enough.
Yeah.
He's the goat of fucking being at basketball games.
Yeah,
And
I was wondering because I know you love Spike Lee. I'm like, I wonder how aware he is of Spike Lee in the NBA.
I'm very
Like,
aware.
Yeah,
I love it. But
Yeah.
people don't like that how he behaves
people
at
really
basketball.
hate him. Like,
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
That's
people like he's
crazy.
cool. Videos like a cool mascot and
Dude,
stuff. But
he's fucking Mars Blackmon. What do you
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
I gotta wrap
You gotta
up.
go to the mic?
I
All right.
gotta get it.
All right, well, this was a good, nice. This made me feel like a guy these last 6 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you guys for listening. Please, leave the comments on Spotify, leave us reviews, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you like this podcast, honestly, like, just fucking send it to your friends, post it in Reddits you like. We want more people to listen to this, and we're really grateful you guys are listening. And we'll see you guys next week. You guys have anything you want to plug?
Yeah,
anything?
Lily, I don't want to send you to the draft. I'm sorry that I said that at the beginning. I love you so much. I would never do that. And
Perfect.
I was just trying to be funny in front of friends, and I'm a bad guy.
Nice. That's one less text you have to send.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Yes.